This is the CEO Insider, powered by YTexas. Today, we talk to the Vice President of Avionics from Firefly Aerospace, Leo Sipich. Hey, welcome to the podcast. We're glad that you're here. It is the CEO Insider, powered by YTexas. And we're going to be talking to a lot of interesting people doing interesting work right here in the state of Texas. And right now we're joined by Leo Sipich from Firefly Aerospace, located in Cedar Park, Texas. And you guys are literally rocket scientists. Your goal is to send smaller deliveries, if you will,
yes,
to space.
Yes. Yeah, we're developing a rocket called Alpha that the payload capacity is 1,000 kilograms, which is 2,200 pounds. Mm-hmm. And we're developing it from the ground up. So we have our engineering offices in Cedar Park, Texas. We have about 160 employees right now. And about 25 minutes north of Cedar Park is a town called Briggs. Mm-hmm. And that's where we have a 200-acre test site. So that's where we're actually building the rocket. It's right off of Highway 183. If you're driving up 183 and you look off to the left, you'll see a facility that doesn't look like a farm. It looks like a...
Are we going through another space race, but differently right now? The race is different, not to send man, but to deliver, like Amazon, to space.
Right. The whole thrust right now is looking at how do you provide access to space for data. Mm-hmm. Right now, we're from what we know, there's about 25% of the world has internet access. And so we're trying to expand that global reach by being able to launch smaller spacecraft into orbit and provide services around the world.
And that's a game changer for
yes.
a big part of the world.
Yes, and again, we don't compete with the big manufacturers, but we see a very large market in the payload class that we're developing the rocket for.
The ones that people were kind of familiar with, we know the SpaceX's, the Virgin, all that. They're doing much bigger payload.
Correct.
We're focusing at Firefly Aerospace. Firefly focusing on smaller, like you said, 2,200 pounds.
It's about 2,200 pounds, 1,000 kilograms. It's a two-stage rocket. And again, it's all being developed in Texas. The company is founded by Dr. Tom Markusik, who worked for many of the new space companies and started the company. He has a strong passion, real true rocket scientist for developing rockets and launching spacecraft into space to provide services around the world and data services.
And Texas historically has quite a history with space travel. With NASA, our friends
yes.
down in Houston, and now here. Now I know that you lived in California for many years.
Yes.
And relocated to Austin.
Yes.
But not working with Firefly. Is that correct?
Correct. I worked for Lockheed Martin for 32 years. I retired in California, and my wife and I decided we wanted to leave California, and Austin was a great city, so we decided to move to Austin before I found out of this opportunity working for Firefly.
And what have you found, and what's the difference? And I'm not saying one's better than the other, but states and locations are different. People, cultures are different. With working in Austin, is there a difference? How is doing business in Texas?
Texas is a very friendly state for doing business, and mm-hmm. for the type of business we're doing, especially. We're very closely associated with the University of Texas. We're starting a program called Firefly Academy, where we can actually, use the students that are developing projects at the University of Texas in Austin, come out to our facility, build their products, and test it. So we want to be closely tied in with the whole state, with the city of Cedar Park. Everything is working out very well for us.
And I'm sure that some of your initiative is giving back to the community, working with the community. Do you guys have any charities that you work with, or any initiatives socially that you participate in?
The big one is the Firefly Academy. Where we've set up a whole facility at the university in order to, again, train not only high school students but college students in how to develop basically rocket science, but then give them the hands-on of actually building their components and then testing them. The facility we have in Cedar Park, we build a lot of our metallic components right there at the facility. And again, driving just 25 minutes north, you can then put your test article on test stands, fire rocket motors. If you've never seen a rocket motor fire in person, it's quite an exhilarating experience.
And this is something the public can do?
Yes. In fact, we were part of South by Southwest in March.
Right.
We had an exhibit, and we've actually bused 50 people from South by Southwest up to our launch site, our test facility, and showed them a rocket test actually being conducted on our test stand.
Amazing. Now, how long does a program like this take till you can say, we did it?
Right now, our launch is scheduled for the fourth quarter of 2019, and we came back into business after a sort of a minor setback in the company in March of 2017. So we're looking at about a 2.5 year development cycle to launch a rocket into space, which is a very aggressive, but we believe is we are going to accomplish this. It's a very challenging program, but we got a lot of very dedicated people that are working on this project. So.
Yeah, big goals require big efforts.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much for coming to chat with us. Best of luck, and I'm so glad that you're here in Texas and doing
Love
great
Texas.
things.
People are very friendly in Texas. Yes.
It's difficult to explain to someone that's never been here, right?
No, people here are very friendly. We've enjoyed it ever since we first came to Austin.
Great.
It's a great place to be.
Leo, thank you very much. Enjoy your evening.
Thank you.
This is the CEO Insider, powered by YTexas.